Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So it's been a while since I posted a video, and that's because I've just been really busy with a lot of life stuff, and also I haven't been lifting that much. As I mentioned in one of my past videos, I decided to take a gap year, and that ended up being 2 years, but now I'm finally back at school since last fall. And over the summer I did a lot of homesteading, gardening, so I haven't been working out that much. Because of that, my lifts have went down a little. I do like lift periodically to maintain my muscles, but of course it fell down a lot. I think it got to a point where I couldn't even bench 95. Squat, I like just didn't do a lot because with a lot of the gardening stuff, it messed with my knee as well. When I dug up like a bunch of holes in this like clay dirt to plant fruit trees, like my knee was really just out of it at that time, and that was like last February after my state meet. So it's a lot more just like also recovering my knee. Deadlifts, I think I got down to a point where I couldn't do 185, but it's okay because I'm building that back up. This is just like a quick update video, and I'm gonna try to lift more this semester. I have an hour commute, so it's like a lot of time out of my day that I could be working out or doing other stuff. But this semester I have like a big gap between my classes because I have one class in the morning and one class like in the late afternoon. So in that big gap, I'm gonna go work out. So I'm just gonna try to focus on working out more this semester and getting my lifts back up to where it used to be. Like the knee injury has really caused me to kind of re-look where my hobbies are and where I derive my happiness from, and it did result in a lot of personal growth, a lot of spiritual growth. Like this is not where my worth is. My worth is at the cross, but I still like need to lift to like be healthy and have a sport as a hobby, and I also enjoy lifting more than like any other sport. And like for a certain amount of time in the beginning of the fall semester, my back and shoulders were hurting a bunch from sitting all day because at home I'm always standing and like walking around and moving, but like at school I'm just like sitting all day, and that really hurt my back because I lost a lot of muscle to support my back. After I started getting back into lifting, it has really helped my back. And also I figured out something that was like really detrimental to my lifting was that at home I have like my home gym right here, and then on that side I have my sewing stuff because I like to sew a lot, and I would like sew between my rest breaks, but that would end up being like 5 to 10 minutes and I would never be able to finish a workout. For the past few months I've been doing like a 6-day-a-week workout where like each day just has like a little bit. If you like go straight through it, it will just finish in an hour, but I decided to like alternate to sew during my lifting breaks. Sometimes I'm like, I'm just gonna sew a line, and that ends up taking 10 minutes to like set everything up, pin everything in place, and then sew it, and then like check it, and then sometimes bad, and then you have to like unpick the stitches and redo it. So that just takes up a whole lot of time, and then my lifting gets put off. Now I'm gonna work out at school more, so that's gonna keep me focused in a gym environment. And also I changed my workouts to 4 days a week, and for 4 days a week I'm just going to focus those days on working out and not anything else. And so like even when I'm at home, if I do the workout at home, I'll do like that day it's just like pure working out. I'll set a timer for my rest breaks, and then on the other day that's my rest day, I'll just like focus on sewing. So like separating my times so I don't do two things but make both of them not good. So it's better for me to just focus on one and just do that than do two and have both of them turn out not good. So yeah, I rewrote my program and it's a little bit similar to what I used to do. I'll put it up here, and then I'll talk about each day and why I am programming myself that way. I wrote this myself, so that's why I'm sharing it. I usually wouldn't share programs if I had a coach who wrote it because that's like his work, but I wrote this one, so I'm gonna share it. So as I said, it's 4 days of working out, and I'm doing 3 days at school and 1 day at home. And that's because I prefer to squat at home because of my knee. I have more time, I'm like less distracted by people around me, and I could just really focus on technique and not making my knees hurt. And also it's just a lot of equipment to bring to school, so I'm not gonna do that at school. But overall I have 2 days of deadlifting, 1 day of squats, and I have some kind of bench on all 4 days because I respond really well to high bench volume, and they're all kind of different. Like some are more intensity, like there's less reps and higher weights, and some of them have more reps but lighter weights to kind of space out the intensity and the volume. And as I said before, I like doing full body workouts on all my days instead of doing push-pull legs. And the reason behind that is there's no way that I can do 4 days of bench, 2 days of deadlift, and in the past I used to do 2 days of squat, on the push-pull legs schedule, and I am not doing deadlift and squat on the same day unless if you're doing like a 2-hour SPD session. Then I'm not gonna do that in a normal workout because that's just like very fatiguing for your lower body and your nervous system to do deadlift and squat on the same day. So most powerlifters don't do that. We bench a lot of times during the week, and we do like squat bench, and then next day we do deadlift bench or something like that, and maybe an SPD day at the end. But we don't do like a push-pull leg split, which most beginners do, which I think is a good option for beginners. But if you're specifically going into powerlifting, there's a bunch of programs online, and there's a bunch of programs on the app Boost Camp that you can look at. But we don't want to do squat and deadlift on the same day and only bench 2 days a week. Also, I don't organize my accessories that way either, because as I mentioned in one of my past videos, I can accumulate more volume over the entire week by splitting up my muscle groups but still getting in recovery. Instead of training like 3 back exercises in one day and like absolutely killing my back and have my back be sore for 3 days, I split up my exercises so I could train each exercise at a relatively higher weight and have better form and not be extremely tired and fatiguing. So like if you're recovered at 10 and let's say like 0 is like you're totally fatigued, instead of taking my back from 10 to like 3 in one day, resting 2 more days, and then having that recover and then taking it down all the way, I'm just taking it down a little bit each day. I'm just going from like a 10 to a 7, and then the next day I'm back at 10, so I can take that back down to a 7. So it's just like maintaining freshness and not carrying over a lot of fatigue. And when you add them up like over a course of a week, a lot of times you can get more total volume in, which is like weight times sets times reps, than if you just kill it all in one day. So yeah, I don't like to do more than 1 exercise per muscle group per workout, and that allows me to always have my whole body be in like a pretty recovered state. So like always in like the 6, 7, 8s, and never taking my body down to like a 2 or 3, because that actually takes longer to recover from, and your body is more tired to take your body from a 2 all the way up to 10 in a matter of 3 days than just like always maintaining a 7, 8 of like not being very fatigued. So I hope that makes sense, but that's how I kind of organize my workouts and try to like make sure any part of my body is not in a very fatigued state. Anyway, so on Monday I'm doing comp deadlifts, just like normal deadlifts, and I pull conventional. I'm doing 2 sets at 3 to 4 reps, and then I do stiff leg deadlifts, which is 2 sets for 4 to 6 at RPA, so that's like 4 total sets of deadlifts. And then after that I do some touch and go bench at 3 sets for 2 to 4, so that's also like my heavy bench day. So I'm splitting up my touch and go bench and my competition bench because I always just like not properly pause my competition bench because I want to hit heavier weights. So instead of like always not doing my comp bench properly, I'm just going to split them up, so my comp bench will actually be comp bench, and then my touch and go bench I can like add weight to that and just do a touch and go bench. So I'm just splitting them up so there's nothing like in the middle. After that I'm doing accessories, so lat pull down, quad extensions, tricep push downs, and bicep curls, and 3 sets of each, RP 8ish. Also there's like no progression, like week by week progression, because I'm still improving at a pretty fast rate because I'm gaining back my muscle and like building back to where I used to be. This is true for beginners or anyone who has lost muscle and gaining it back. It usually happens much faster than if you were to like improve from your max. Most of the time I can add either 1 rep to every single set, or I can add 5 pounds to any of my exercises. So that's why there's going to be a slight progression in reps or in weights, even without like an actual week by week progression, which you would need to do if you were intermediate or advanced, like how I used to be before I like lost all my strength. But yeah, so on day 2 it's like either Tuesday or Wednesday depending on my schedule. I'm doing some 3-2-0 tempo bench for 2 to 3 at 6, and that's just like practice work. It's not going to be very heavy, just to like kind of lock in my bench press form. And then after that I'm doing some touch and go bench 2 for 6 to 8 reps, and that's gonna be like lighter weight and just like getting reps in. That's also gonna probably be a little bit closer grip, so it's more like an accessory. And then after that I'm doing leg press, dumbbell overhead press, a row, and then abductors and adductors. That's day 2, and that is basically like more of an accessory day. And then on day 3, which probably is going to be on Thursday, I have pause deadlifts, 2 sets for 2 to 3, and that's also like more practice work, so that's just at RP6. And then I have deadlifts, 2 sets for 4 to 6, and then those are my 4 sets of deadlifts. I'm doing 4 sets because Anything more than 4 for conventional is like really tiring on the back, but I don't want to do less than 4 sets because I'm only squatting once a week. So to get more like overall lower body volume, I'm trying to do 4 sets of deadlifts. And then I have dumbbell incline bench, which really works on my balance, and then assisted pull-ups, quad extensions, overhead tricep extension, and dumbbell curls. I'm doing quad extensions twice a week because I really need to work on my quads, because usually if you have weak knees, you have weak quads, and if you have weak quads, you have weak knees, and it just like keeps on repeating like that. So because like my knees are not that good, I can't do a lot of the quad exercises like a Bulgarian split squat or lunges like comfortably. So quad extension is like one of the few exercises that I can really focus on my quad muscles, but also have a lot of knee pain. So that's why I'm doing that twice. That way, hopefully I can build up stronger quads, and then my knees will bear less load because my quads are bearing the load. And then lastly, on day 4, which is my at-home day, I'm doing squats, 2 sets at 2 to 4, and then 2 sets at 3 to 5. So more of like a higher weight, and then dropping it down for some back offs. And then I'm doing some competition bench at 3 sets for 2 to 4. The reason why I'm doing comp bench at home is because I have like a wider comp bench. At school, the benches are pretty narrow, so I don't want to do my competition bench at school. And then after that, I'm doing cable face pulls, single leg RDLs, and double raises. So that's my program. I'm hitting shoulders twice, chest on bench like a lot of times, and then back I think 3 to 4 times. And then on my rest days, I'm still going to like practice pull-ups and that kind of stuff. And then I'm hitting triceps and biceps twice a week, quads twice a week. Hamstrings, I'm doing single leg RDL, and also I just hit deadlifts a lot, so that is a lot of hamstring work, and stiff leg. Calves I don't really do because I walk a lot, so that is a lot of calf work already. And glutes, I hit that with deadlifts and stiff leg and squats. So that's the program I'm going to do to get back to where I used to be. So at my meet, or like near my meet in February, I was doing a 300-pound deadlift, 240-pound squat-ish, and 150 bench. I haven't been doing singles, I've been doing at least triples. So 200 deadlift triple, 105 bench triple, and then a 155 squat. Yeah, hopefully I can build back up and have more lifting content for you guys. As always, I'm always working on my technique and my form for all my lifts, especially my squat. I've figured out something that has been working well that is not irritating my knee, and I can like control it so my knee doesn't flare up. I might share that in a future video, but I need to like fine tune it a little bit. Other than that, I don't know if you guys still want to see the form check videos, or maybe I could do something where like in the beginning of the video I'll do that form check thing, and then at the rest of the video I'll talk about my own stuff. If you guys have any questions, just like comment on one of the videos or DM me on Instagram. Like for the past few months, I've still been replying to you guys and trying to help out with form and technique to those people who have messaged me. Like if you just have one video for me to look at, you could just message me that and I'll be glad to help out. So yeah, let me know what kind of videos you guys want to see, and hope you guys are having a great start to your new year, and I'll see you guys soon.